Hello, everyone. Welcome back. So I'm sick. I don't know if you can tell, but I've been sick for the last 2 or 3 days now. It's not COVID. I got tested, but I went
Whoa.
to. Thank you, thank you. I was scared because there was COVID in the office. Um, but yeah, but I cough, I sneeze a lot, and I went to Rossmann. It's kind of like CVS.
Drugstore?
It's more drugstore oriented, but they sell everything, so it's not like pharmacy. But yeah, and I was just searching for linden. It's a really popular tea in Turkey. You can find it anywhere, and it's really good for coughing and for your throat. And I thought I first asked my mom, and she said go for that one. And I started searching for it, and I couldn't find it. And what I found basically was just bunch of other teas that Germans drink rather than taking medicine. And it just kind of shocked me a little bit. And I kind of started to look into it further. And what I noticed is it's actually some sort of a meme or stereotype for Germans to not to go to doctor, even though they have really good healthcare, but try to solve it with like alternative medicine. And tea is basically the thing they first go to, the healing teas.
Healing tea.
Yeah, I know that's kind of the direct translation. So I end up just getting myself a cough tea, which prevents you to not to drink, like it prevents you coughing, but it didn't have lindel in it. It had anise and some other stuff. I think some peppermint too.
That's what I want from my medicine, some other stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And I just kind of like started to look into it. And apparently, right now in Germany, there is more than 3,500 registered herbal medications and educated pharmacists. And it's like a aktar in Turkey, which is like a herbal medicine and spice store that you can buy a bunch of ingredients directly. But here you can actually, after doing your medical studies, you can specialize in this. And
Oh.
I found that really interesting that like a whole health sector has this section of tea just for making potions so that the people.
So wait, what you're saying is Germany regulated medicinal herbs?
Exactly.
Is that what I'm hearing?
I mean, there's this Turkish phrase, like, what was it? Big wives medicine.
Yeah.
And
I think,
but it's thoroughly unregulated. It is more like an alternative to doing a proper medication.
Exactly.
in Germany, you get a fever and your mom's like, "I'm gonna make you mint lemon," and government breaks in. No, not on my watch. Show me your license.
Yeah. Motherly care is highly contentious in Germany. No German government sits idly by while your mother is trying to give you care. But the concept isn't very unfamiliar to me because, obviously you grew up in Turkey, so this happened to you too. But I think we have this mint lemon kind of tea that we use for stomach sickness.
Yeah.
My parents gave.
Yes, for stomachache, yes.
And but that was pretty much it. All the other things had proper medications in my house.
Well, that is funny though. You say for stomach ache, but I think there's something funny about it because, like, when you're a kid and you have a fever or stomach ache, or like you throw up and your mother makes you mint lemon, and because you're a kid, you see that as a cure. So it actually has, like, for me, it actually has some kind of placebo effect where even when I'm down, if I make mint lemon and drink it, it's going to make me feel better, even though I don't have those sicknesses.
When I was younger, I did not like the taste of black tea, which is the popular tea in Turkey, but I just liked mint lemon. So what happened was I was always very excited about having nausea because I would end up drinking mint lemon.
Well, like that thing tastes so good.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking the same thing. Nane limon was my favorite, and I said nane limon, mint lemon, same. And there's also like kekik, thyme lemon. That is better for stomachache, and it doesn't taste as good, but it works better.
Then
So-
it is garbage.
Nane limon was for more flu-like sicknesses, I think. Thyme lemon was for stomach aches.
You see, I went to a bazaar one time and I was haggling with the spice merchants. This makes me sound way cooler than I am.
Spice
But yeah,
merchants.
and I mean, he was selling spices and he was a merchant, so that's what was happening. And I was in the Aegean Sea part of Turkey, and there the herbs are very popular. Like they do all kinds of different herbs there.
Yeah.
And the popular type of herb in the Aegean Sea part of Turkey is the bead thyme. That is the thyme that grows on mountains that comes in little bead shape. You crush it and
Oh.
it becomes
Yeah,
the type of
that's
granular
tasty.
thyme.
Mhm.
Mhm.
However, the spice merchant said, "Oh, I have something special for you," and he took out the
Secret stash.
Eastern Turkey mountain thyme, which is also called zahter.
Oh.
It has these purple flowers and like thinner, longer leaves. And he said, you know, this other beet thyme, that's loser thyme. That's that time you just like put in your food or something. This zahter, this is some crazy substance. You just take a little teaspoonful of it and you pour hot water over it, like drain it like coffee. And what you end up is the type of tea that gets you healed out of every sickness.
Every sickness.
Let me just cut you in and say that our teaspoons are smaller. You can
Yeah.
continue.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, and like you can't cut me off because I was finished.
Oh.
No, but that was such an authentic bazaar experience. I just could picture it in front of my eyes as you like told it.
And that's kind of thing that I miss here too.
Actually, let me quickly say something. Let me quickly add to the experience, even though it's totally unrelated. When we were talking, the guy asked me what I was doing, and at that time, I very recently have started my graduate school, and I am in my bachelor's degree I had from engineering, and in my graduate school I am doing maths economy type of thing. So I said the guy what I am doing was I was graduate studying economics related, and then my mother came. And he asked the same question to my mother, who said he is doing mathematics. And finally, my grandmother, who did not understand any of my graduate school nonsense, replied engineering. And the guy looked at me and said, "What's happening? Are you trying to con me or something?"
you just gaslit that guy as a family.
Yeah, that's what happens in bazaar. Your family starts talking and you realize they don't understand what you are doing at all.
No, I thought you were gonna say that's what happens in bazaar. Your family gaslits people into selling things cheaper.
Haggling.
Oh yeah, I did buy things cheaper. Like my whole family bought things cheaper from that guy.
Yeah.
And if you go second time, now you're friends forever.
Except I couldn't because it's in a different city.
Yeah.
I never go to the bazaar in my own hometown. I always go to the bazaar in other places.
Ayağımız alışsın.
Yeah, I got my haircut cheaper for ayağımız alışsın reason. But it's unrelated. But what's related is like we were talking about mint lemon tea, and I want to mention the Barış Manço song Nane Limon Kabuğu. Like there's a song that gives you a recipe for tea when you get sick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna attempt to sing a little bit from the song. This might not make the cut into the episode.
It did.
It will be the whole episode. I'm gonna cut everything else, but this will stay.
No, you're gonna in certain periods of the episode, the song is just gonna cut in.
Oh yeah, like you know how we always wanted the song between our cold open and the episode.
Yes.
That's gonna be the song.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna sing the chorus.
Should we give you a beat?
No. Okay. Nane, limon kabuğu, bir güzel kaynasın aman ha 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 içine. Hatmi çiçeği, biraz çörek otu katasın aman ha ha ha. Hatta biraz tarçın, bir tutam zencefil aman ha 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 ha. Bin derde deva geliyor, biraz daha sabret güzelim ha 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 hapşu. Çok yaşa, sen de gör. Rahat ve iyi yaşa.
I love the song. So for our foreign audience, we are gonna actually put a translated version of the lyrics to the
Of
description.
course we will.
Of course.
Yeah, we always say the things we are gonna put the description to the description.
Yes.
But
Yine-
I don't
And
know.
it's your responsibility to remind us.
I don't know
So-
what you mean.
But the song says that you should take mint, lemon peel, some other types of things. I'm not gonna.
Which we have already established is the best kind of tea.
And this will cure all your problems. And that's a song, and I love it.
But we are not medical doctors.
Yeah, do not try to cure all your problems with tea.
When I was young and when my mom made me tea for when I was sick, she would always sing this song to me.
Aw, so cute.
You know, what I really love about this song is the part where he goes ha 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 hapşu.
I
Yeah.
love
Which
it
is the
too.
sneezing sound in Turkey.
It's a beautiful build up.
Mhm.
Yeah, like I wanna really nail this hammer. The opposite. I wanna really hammer this nail. Hapşu is the thing that replaces achoo in Turkish. So
Yeah.
that's the sneezing sound
Yeah.
as word.
Yeah.
It's really great because ha 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 is the laughing sound. So it's like he's laughing and then it becomes sneezing. It's so much fun.
And then it says bless you and can we like pause for 2 minutes? I really need to pee.
This recording of Inconclusion is interrupted by technical difficulties. We are gonna be back with you right after this little tea break.
Yeah.
But I already did this joke on the last episode, so I'm probably not gonna do it again.
It was a good one. I like that.
I like that too. That's one of my favorite parts in this episode. In that episode.
I'm back, by the way. I'm really sorry about that.
No worries.
No,
Okay.
it's okay. What I have also realized is even though we have been talking about tea, we haven't been talking about the kind of tea that people usually drink,
Mhm.
which is the black and green type of tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, wait. Is this my part? Am I doing the thing now?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Excellent.
Take it away.
Because you see, I want to tell you, when we were talking about doing this episode in the podcast, my mind immediately went to a single specific thing, a video made by Tom Scott, who is a good YouTuber with the red shirt and hair, goes
like-
to places.
You wouldn't know if the video was from last week or 6 years ago.
Yes, I mean, the hair gets gradually more untidy, but besides of that, everything is the same. But like, if we aren't here to praise Tom Scott, if we were doing that, we would be talking about the video that he throws some drums and a bell from a cliff. It's the best video in the internet.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so in this video, what he does is he tries to brew a standard tea, which is like apparently UK has standards for tea.
No, it wasn't the UK standard. It was the standard.
Okay, so the standard tea, the type of tea that is the standard tea, he was doing that.
International, yeah.
And he was like following the steps. And I was watching the video thinking, oh yeah, and that's like what's going to happen. And he starts pouring the output and out comes green tea. And I was very surprised because I always thought if somebody doesn't specify what the kind of tea is, it would be black.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same.
And
I remember just looking at the tea recipe for the standard tea. By the way, I found it. It's ISO
ISO
3103. No, never mind. I thought it was black tea too, and I didn't watch the video. And I'm surprised that it's green.
I mean, when you think about it, it makes sense because green tea is actually faster to get brewed. So the amount of time recommended in the standard is way too short for a proper black tea.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway.
It takes longer in black tea because you pour your love in it.
Mm-hmm. This, I started questioning my whole life. I was thinking what other times people were saying tea and they were talking about green tea. Also, something else started making a lot more sense to me, the chai tea latte thing from the Starbucks.
Yeah.
But like I am told that it's popular in other places too.
Mm-hmm.
And I was always thinking chai means tea means tea, more on that later. And latte means milk. And like what they mean tea milk. Like what's happening here? It made more sense because I thought maybe when people say tea, what they are talking by default, English people, what they are talking by default is green tea. And as a person who likes using internet to look at things when he is curious, I immediately brushed up my tea consumption per capita in countries list.
As people do.
And I looked at top 20 countries, the top 20 most tea consuming countries. And what I did was I translated from Google Translate the word those countries use for tea. I wrote tea English and the other country language.
Oh.
And I Googled the images that came when that word is inserted to the search bar.
Yeah.
So what I did was, for instance, in Poland, tea is called herbata. And I Googled it from images and I looked at the images that came out, whether the green tea was more popular or black tea was more popular when that word is searched on the internet.
Wait, if you have the results in front of you, can we play the guessing game?
Yes. Yes, we can.
Because I would love to do that.
We can, if we are going to make this like a competition, we can start from the bottom and go all the way to the top.
Yeah.
So our first contender is the 20th most tea consuming country per capita of 2022 or 21. I don't remember the exact figures, but the country is Ukraine.
Ukraine.
So what are your guesses about the word they use?
I was assuming we would guess if it was black tea or green tea.
Okay, we can do that too. The Ukrainian word is chai. They have this chai like sound in their alphabet.
Okay.
And what color do you think is more popular in Ukraine?
I think it's black tea.
Black.
Mm-hmm.
The answer is indeed black.
Woohoo!
Next on our list is Hong Kong, and the word they use is cha.
I'm gonna assume green.
I was also gonna assume green.
Then I will be black just for fun.
Yeah, you are all wrong because actually in Hong Kong, when you write cha, it's apparently a brand, and that brand sells plants like flower teas,
herbal tea,
like daisy and such.
Oh, trick question.
Okay, 17th comes closer to the heart of our listeners, Germany.
Nice.
The word Tee is used in German language to describe the situation. And what color do you think?
Black.
I was gonna say green.
I was also gonna say green, so I'm not gonna let Elif saying black gonna change because that wouldn't be fair.
And the winner is black.
Yes.
We are moving on.
No, I was right.
Next on our list is an interesting country, but remember, this is per capita. The country is United Arab Emirates.
Okay.
And what is your guess?
I'm gonna assume black.
I would say black.
I don't have a guess. Okay, let's be green.
But you have two options. What do you mean you don't have a guess?
Not always. Look at Hong Kong.
Okay, green.
So the word for chai in Arabic is shai with sh sound, like
Okay.
shock. And the shocking answer is green.
Oh no.
Even though there is a concept called Emirati tea, which is black. When you enter the word chai, what comes up is a green tea.
Elif is wiping the floor with us.
And we move on with Australia. The next country is Australia. What are your guesses?
Black.
Green?
Wait, Austria or Australia?
No, Australia, the island in the
Okay.
middle of the ocean.
Yeah, let's go with. I go with black.
So Australia is black. And they obviously speak English and tea.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm getting destroyed.
By the way, I must at this point mention when there are multiple countries that use the same word, I wrote Australia tea to the Google in order to get the result.
Yeah.
And next country in our list is actually a lower country. It's Netherlands. And I did a funny thing there. And the word they use is tea, which will become much funnier later. And what are your thoughts? What color?
I'm gonna guess green.
Black. They're too close to the UK.
I go herbal tea. Colorful. I think this one has some sort of a trick.
Okay. So answer is actually inconclusive because when you enter, again, there's a brand. And what further appears is there's actually a tie because there are like black and green and none of them are overwhelming.
Okay.
And the next of our list is another English-speaking country. It's South Africa.
Okay. Oh my god, this is hard. I'm gonna say black.
I will go with black too.
I'm gonna go neither.
Okay, so I am gonna. What I did was actually in South Africa there are a lot of languages they speak. There are 4 official languages in South Africa,
Yeah.
and I checked all of them. And the answer is overwhelmingly black.
Whoa.
And next on our list is Saudi Arabia, which, as you might know, is the only country that has no rivers in its borders.
I think it's black.
I'm gonna go black too.
Black is the answer for South Africa. And next is a country that people may associate with tea more often. It's Japan.
Wait. You said South is you said black is the answer for South Africa instead of Saudi Arabia.
Black is Saudi Arabia, and Shai is just like United Arab Emirates.
Yeah.
And Japan is my next contender.
Is it green?
Let's go with green.
Green.
So the word for chai in the word for tea is cha in Japan, and green is the more popular color that
Whoa.
appears. And the next is my favorite country on this list because it has the only word that is not either tea or chai.
Ooh.
Okay.
Poland. Like I said, herbata is the word, which like when I say it herbata, it is like it's a herb.
Yeah.
Herb bait
Okay.
is the way you would read if you didn't know it was Polish. So it's like from herb is the thing they are going for there. And the color?
Black.
Green.
Green, I'm gonna say.
Black is correct answer.
Woohoo.
Binali is so far looking good. And the next country is Egypt. Egypt actually has a river. It's one of the largest rivers in its borders. Unlike Saudi Arabia, both are Arabic-speaking countries.
Oh no, are you gonna make a joke?
What? No?
Because you're mentioning rivers?
Oh, I can do a joke. You're right. I should do the joke.
Oh.
I didn't actually think about this, but one of the words for river in Turkish is chai. It's the same word as tea in
Yeah.
Turkish.
I thought you were making a setup for making that joke. Sorry.
No, but that would have been a great idea. So what do you think, black or green?
Green.
For Egypt, I think Egypt
Yeah.
is also black.
Black.
Black is correct. And next is an interesting country. It's actually the only Spanish-speaking country on the list, and it's Chile.
Okay.
Black.
I'm gonna say black.
I'm gonna say green.
When I started with this list, I thought at least in one of the countries that I encounter, I would see something weird like ginseng or mate. But in fact, the black is still the way to go in Chile. And
Wait. So far, I wasn't taking any notes, but seems like black seems like, the popular opinion.
yeah, black is there are very few countries that has green plurality. Mostly it's black.
Then why the video is green tea in the Tom Scott video?
I mean, I am not the ISO. I don't do the standards.
Let me just quickly say that video I watched wasn't Tom Scott. It was half as interesting, and they talked about black tea with milk in that video. Maybe they have different kinds of teas in that standard.
Okay, you would be I will actually that's a bit of a surprise. So let's keep moving. We are almost to the top.
Okay,
Next on our list is New Zealand.
black.
I'm also gonna say black.
Black and herbal are tied in New Zealand.
Nice.
And our next is you may actually know the answer for this from some other source. It's Morocco.
But this one was the green one.
Mint.
I believe this is green.
Milk green is the answer.
Okay.
So what you find is there are green tea with milk
I think
is the plural. Not like milk tea and green tea aren't tied. Milk green tea is the winner.
Sounds delicious.
it is delicious.
We continue with one of the countries that sparked this discussion in my head, Russia.
Ooh.
Oh, is Russia black?
I would go with black.
Black.
I mean, that's a funny way of phrasing it.
You know what I mean.
The word in Russian for tea is chai, and it's also black in Russia. Russians actually have a very similar tea culture to Turks. You would be surprised.
Yeah, I assume so.
Can I quickly add a fun fact about Germany too?
Of course.
There is a UNESCO heritage German tea drinking culture here as well in the eastern border, and they are the eastern part of Sassany, I think. And they drink a lot of tea, black tea especially. Just wanted to, I don't know, East seems to be drinking tea.
Okay, we are now moving on to top 5. And the 5th country in the list is Iran or Persia, depending on the type of person you are talking to. The word in their language is also chai. And what color do you think?
It's black.
I would assume black.
I'm gonna say green.
Wow.
Yeah, it's black though. And the 4th country is Pakistan.
I would still say black.
Black. With milk.
To spice it up.
Black. But they have a pink tea that's really cool.
Yeah, also black with milk is the winner. And we are now moving on to top 3, you guys. Top 3 most tea drinking countries per capita. Do you want to guess 3 countries in the list?
Well, we are definitely top 1.
Yeah, but we are definitely there.
We are at the top of the board.
Then England, second probably, and the third is India because of.
I got distracted. Look at this tea.
Look at the what?
The pink tea.
No, that's
We should put this in the descriptions. It does look cool.
Yeah, it
Nice.
is.
So the third most tea drinking country in the world is actually UK.
Oh, the third is UK. Who's the
Okay.
second?
And what do you think is the color?
Black.
Black.
Is it not black for UK?
Black with milk is the answer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but yeah.
A cup of tea, please.
And the second country will shock all of you. Second most tea drinking country is Ireland.
Whoa!
Oh, that makes sense.
Wow.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Same black milk.
But I am assuming it's black. No, they probably smashed the milk in protest.
A little bit of scotch in it. I don't know.
Oh, no.
Black and milk. Actually, you can't see if there's scotch in the tea by looking at images. Maybe there is. And maybe it's like not scotch, but Irish whiskey because it's better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
But again, we are not doctors. We aren't making health recommendations about the type of whiskey you should consume.
I am.
And of course, finally, the greatest tea drinking, the most tea drinking per capita country in the world
Turkey
It
mentioned.
is us.
Yes.
is Turkey.
It is us.
Yay.
And it is black tea.
And it is overwhelming black tea. Everything
Yeah.
is black tea. Like there isn't even one thing that isn't black tea. It's always been wasted black teas all the way.
I mean, like you said, because to us, when you say tea, it is assumed black tea.
Yeah.
If you're gonna say green tea, you have to say green tea.
By the way, I think I should mention at this point, there's a little bit difference with the way we do tea in Turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you will talk about this later. It's not just it being black tea, but a specific way of doing tea.
We have a dedicated technology to it, basically.
I mean, technology, but something else. What people usually do tea is they brew it in somewhere and they pour it to the glass. What we do is we overbrew it
Mm-hmm.
at the top part of the teapot.
Kind of like a double boiler.
And then there's the bottom pot, which is the boiled water. And then we mix with water to adjust the strength of the cup we want.
Yeah.
We have all these cool things like,
Kind of like a condensed tea. You have a condensed tea,
yeah,
and then
Mhm.
you have boiled water. So this way you
Yeah.
can adjust the temperature. You can adjust the content of the caffeine and the intensity of the tea. Yeah.
and if this is a big operation, you can serve a large number of people with a single
Yeah.
Pot. Yeah.
batch.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
you can customize every glass.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Indeed, you can do all sorts of things. I personally like drinking all condensed tea, and my mother always acts like I'm crazy.
I do like that as well.
And I like açık çay.
The general's tea, Paşa tea.
I thought it was imam.
Yeah, that too. So
Oh, I mean, there is this type of tea that my parents like to call the abdest water of
Yes,
imam.
yes. That's what I meant.
But that's different. That's like
That's when the tea gets cold on its own. Pasha one is like
no.
you add
No.
cold water to make it cold.
No. Up this imam's tea is when you put too much water.
no. You are all wrong. Imam's tea is on the when the condensed tea is over, you pour some boiled water on top of the remaining leaves and get one last shot out of those
No,
leaves.
that's something. That's something else. This
No,
is
my parents.
well,
My parents called that imam's bathing
no,
water.
my bathing water, imam's bathing water, only on OnlyFans.
I am very good at translating things.
Well, no, my parents called imam's water chai when it is like you put very little condensed tea and a lot of water.
the way you order teas in Turkey depends on the color. So you can either go darker, more condensed, or lighter. And
Yeah.
the ideal is the rabbit blood, or that I don't know.
Rabbit blood.
Rabbit blood is right at the middle, the red.
It's like so red, looks like blood, but not really. But it looks like a really cool sunset. I think that's could be like a sunset color over the sea.
No, you are thinking this because in the promotional images of teas, they use sunset imagery.
Yes, sometimes the tea is so good red that like I can't.
You can. I believe in you.
Usually, you will see people in next to seaside holding their teacup.
Yes, I have the perfect photo for this. You're gonna see it on our Instagram page in the following weeks.
Oh, excellent.
Exactly. Or you can go with double size too. You can have either small or you can have big. And when it's big, you get it in a glass mug. So this time you have a handle. But when you go with small, you get the tiny, teeny weighted.
Slim waisted.
How would you describe it? Is that like how would you describe the glass?
Thin waisted glass, like it's kind of pear shaped with a large top.
Like take a cylindrical glass and make it smaller in the middle.
Waist.
Slim waisted.
Right.
Guys, it's just literally called slim waisted. Why?
Yes. That's why I explained it in that way.
Okay, look. Let me. I know what you are all avoiding, so I'm gonna be the horrible person on the internet.
Yeah.
The way Turkish people tend to explain the shape of that glasses. You imagine a woman, and the middle of it is the thin waist, and up and bottom are breasts and hips of the lady respectively.
I think it's actually the other way around. I think description of woman that way comes from the glass.
The breast is down. That makes no sense.
No. Listen to me, goddammit.
But that tea like cup or glass is really important in Turkish kitchen because it's also a measurement cup.
Oh yeah.
So you have your regular cup, but you also have
Yeah,
your
that's
teacup.
true.
So yeah, that's also pretty fun fact about teacup importance in a way.
Well, I mean, it is like I don't think we are like doing it justice to how important it is to some people. Like in a restaurant, if they bring tea with like the like the usual, just like a glass mug, things with the glass and not in the slim waisted one, my mom makes them take it back and bring it back in a slim waisted one because she will not drink it.
Exactly. It's
Okay, look,
yeah.
that's maybe not the whole country. That's maybe more of a local situation for you.
But when you get a nice thin slimmed glass, like it always feels more proper.
Obviously, that is more extreme, but like people are fixated on that.
No. People want to have it in glass. They don't want to have it in mug. They want to see the color. That's also one of
No,
the
not
things.
not even just the glass, but the slim waist of that glass, that specific glass cap. That is very important to people.
I mean, look, I consider it very normal because, like, when you have wine culture, people are always going like, "Oh, but this is a champagne glass. We can't have white wine in this," or like, the brandy should come in this weird
Okay.
water drop shaped glass, but else it's ruined. All kinds of crazy things. And when a Turkish person goes for a slim-waisted woman look-alike glass, everybody is like, this is not reasonable. This is perfectly reasonable. That's how you do it.
Exactly.
Okay, but if we're talking about local weird rituals, I think we have to go into the. I mean, this is kind of like my family's culture. I don't know. This is more of an Eastern thing because sometimes people will drink their tea with sugar,
Yeah.
and they will
Oh, yes.
usually here, like in the state where we live in Ankara, or in the more west side of the country, you just take the sugar, I believe at least, and you just throw it in, and after you drink it after it dissolves.
Correct.
However, where my family is from like eastern part of the country, there is a special kind of sugar where you bite it, then drink the tea after,
Nice.
and it's called kutlama.
Because of the sound.
Do you have it?
Yeah.
I've never tried it.
I think Binali can teach you. He is the expert of
Yeah,
this topic.
I have done it when I visited like my parents' home city. It's an experience usually because I usually don't, not even usual. I never drink tea with sugar, but for that I had to because I wanted to try it, and it's an experience. It tastes good. It tastes better than what you would expect from biting into a like block of sugar.
Actually, I know a little story. This too might be a legend, but I have heard that back at the day when the British first started trading with Iran in 19th century, they started selling sugar, which became very popular. And then the local religious people of Iran did not want Britain to have such a large share of the country's trade. And they said, it is haram, don't use this type of sugar. And then the British bribed those people and said, you can have a cut of this thing. And so they said, it is haram when you put the sugar directly in the tea. But if you do this in your mouth with the pecking method Binali described, then it's totally fine. God is okay with this. So they...
Amazing.
This is the legend. I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, don't sue me. country of Iran.
I don't think they will sue you.
But I just want to say that like the tea is so important. Every time when I travel to a different country, I get myself a double boiler, like a Turkish style, in my luggage. My brother is definitely the tea person in our friend group, and he loves tea. I remember him buying electronic like smart tea boiler from Turkey and shipping it to Germany so that he will have it in his house and continue drink it. And that's when you go to his house, you always have fresh made batch of tea. And yeah, that's pretty nice.
Was the machine like the one Binali has?
It doesn't speak, but I guess Binelli needs to kind of explain it.
But before that, because that reminded me of me, like my family had some like medical issues recently, and like my parents had to go to hospital. Like my dad had to go to hospital, and my mom would be like his caretaker. But like 3 times, whenever they had to go there, like to the service, like I would prepare packs for them because it would be sudden.
Mhm.
And like literally the third thing they would want clothes, they would want the medicine, and they would want their kettle and tea. like, like in terms of priority, that is their third one.
Let me one you up. Whenever my parents go to a foreign country for touristic reasons, they always bring some method of boiling water with them and some bag teas.
Yeah.
This one time, my father actually bought a type of resistor that you can plug, and then you pour water to your cup, and you put this thing which heats the cup from inside out.
Well, yeah, but like speaking of tea makers, because yes, I do have one that speaks. Because in Turkey we have a lot of like brands and technology poured into this industry
Yeah.
of tea making. Yeah, and I have one that speaks. That's like, I have started making your tea, and maybe if I'm able to record them, maybe we'll put them in somewhere. And like when you prepare and start making tea, it's gonna when it is done, it's like, I have made your tea. It is amazing.
Yeah. Bon appetit, like, you know.
Yeah, in Turkish, obviously, but yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, and the way they promote it is also really fun. Those advertisement for like household items for teas are pretty interesting because they're so local. Um, and it becomes a really permanent element of being Turkish. So I guess that's why every time when international people talk about tea, they think of England or, you know, the whole colonization around tea, American Tea Party, you know, like it's all so many heavily influenced in England, but in our tiny Turkish world, for us, it's us, you know.
Okay, first of all, let me. I'm gonna object to you heavily. The Turkish country has more population than UK, so
I know.
it isn't relatively tiny.
I know.
But yeah, I completely agree with you. The thing about Turkish tea culture is it's like it has some very unique and interesting elements. Like we have this whole burnt coal type of tea and other different versions of tea, and we are even a local tea producer, not like those British who have to steal their tea. We actually can produce tea in our own country. And like I said, we are the highest per capita tea consumers in the world. In fact, it's so crazy. In winter, people are always going, "Oh, this tea keeps me warm. My belly is so happy." And then in summer, it's even crazier. People are drinking the same amount of boiling water tea, and they go like, "Oh, but this takes away the heat."
But it does. But
It's
it
a
does.
myth. It's not true.
It only does in drier climates. It doesn't work in bushfire.
Well, I don't care. It does work for me. It makes me feel better.
Yeah.
And I am a coffee person.
That's a perfect way to end it.
And by the way, that's how Tom Scott finishes his video too. He says, I don't like tea after all.
I didn't know that.
But look, I like drinking tea. I am actually drinking tea for this episode. Whenever I record and I want to stabilize my emotions, I use tea to do that. And usually every day I do I drink a liter of tea or something. Different types I have.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I never got my head around was actually the first thing I said for this episode. It's like this chai tea latte nonsense.
Yeah.
Because the way I made sense of that in my head was chai means black tea and tea means green tea in the countries that they use it. But after I did my little research, I found out that was wrong too. So I finally did the thing that a civilized person would do, and I wrote tea in the etymological dictionary.
Yeah.
And what I found was, do you know how in China they use this alphabet and different regions have different dialects, but they all write the same way?
Yes.
Apparently, the word that we read as chai is in a relatively eastern part of China where they trade with the Malaysian islands, the Malay islands.
Okay.
They use the same character and they read it like te, like cha, te difference.
Oh my god.
And the Malay people took that and they turned it to their language as te,
Oh.
which then Dutch took from the Malay islands and they brought it as tea to Europe. So
amazing.
what happened is it's the same character, different pronunciation that stuck with the colonizer countries of the world.
That is really cool. So it's like a litmus test whether you bought it or stole it.
Actually, I have another idea to end. There's a local funny story. Temel goes to Germany, but he doesn't know any German or maybe just a little English. One day, he calls the room service and says 2T 2222. Did I say it right? I'm not sure, but they don't understand it, and there's karmasha and stuff,
Commotion.
and they realize that he wants 2 T's to room 222. Yeah, that was supposed to be funny.
Oh no.
But you should say he was from the Black Sea region in order to finish the meme.
Yeah, but then we would have to explain what it means. The Black Sea region is the place where tea comes from in our country.
And where Temel comes from.
Yes.
There's this thing, fıkrasına gülünmeyen adam. He tells the joke and nobody laughs, and then he's like, but he was from Black Sea region, so it's funny. That guy later claimed it is okay to drink water while you are fasting because he's the prophet and what he says is the new Islam.
Oh god.
Whoops.
We live in a crazy country and so because of the tea.
We didn't even talk about the Chernobyl tea.